Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, we're glad you stuck around for the final segment of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. I shouldn't say the final segment this Saturday.
That's right.
Because we've actually lasted for over 6 years somehow by giving you great advice. And we do that with great guests like we have today, and Lou Esbin with esbinlaw, who's been practicing law for 35 years. we bring the guns to the show.
Almost say longer than I've been alive. Almost.
That's just. Did you have to go there, Gino? Just shut up, puppy chow.
Yep.
Anyways, you're lucky you're surrounded by all this great experience around you, Gino.
Yep, I learn from it every day.
As do we, and as do you. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You can find out more by going to donandgino.com, donandgino.com. And click on our YouTube channel. Probably 1,700 videos on our YouTube channel now between the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show the last 6 years. Plus, we now have the National Real Estate Cafe, which is basically our effort to give you updates daily of what's really happening, not what the media is spinning, but what's really happening to the real estate and financial markets on a daily basis.
Yeah, and for almost 2 years now. Yeah. Pretty much creeping up on 2 years for the National Real Estate Cafe.
And it's only 2 to 4 minutes, and it gives you a really good idea what those reports really mean, because the media will tell you one direction on the report, and then the same media will tell you the opposite direction, negative, positive. And
well, that's why you got to look at the trend.
Exactly.
No one report makes a trend.
All right. But today, it's about you, Lou.
Hey, Lou.
So, and Lou is... I don't know. Like you said, we initially brought Lou on as our bankruptcy specialist, and he is that, one of 144 certified bankruptcy specialists out of 300,000 lawyers. But we also learned you just have a plethora of advice and knowledge in regarding just business in general and how to help our clients out. And we appreciate that.
These are financial tools, right? You've got all these financial tools in your arsenal.
Perfect.
And like the ones we're talking about right now, these are like very advanced techniques is basically what we're talking about, right? We've all talked about bankruptcy mills in the past. Somebody walks in, really, oh yeah, here, it's like the sign, like, would you get a dental implant for $400? No, you probably shouldn't get a bankruptcy for $400 either.
True.
Right? So, what you really need to do is you need to see a professional, and these are really advanced things. So you're coming in, cleaning up things that were done poorly in the past, and what we were focusing on were residual liens, right?
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff, I'm a contributing author on the Mortgage, Deed of Trust, and Foreclosure Litigation Guide, which is a continuing education of the bar treatise. And I write the chapter on bankruptcy and real estate. I've been doing that since 2008.
Wow.
And so, the updates are coming through, and so I'm gearing up to do the updates for 2018. And so this is a lead up to that. We try to bring everything up to date.
Well, this is one of my favorites, right?
Because we had 6 minutes, so let's hit these bullet points.
So credit reporting discharge debt, right? So
let's do that. So you get your bankruptcy discharge, and the whole thing about a bankruptcy discharge is that it relieves you of your debt. The basic concept in bankruptcy is you get a fresh start. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the credit bureaus the credit bureaus and creditors together are supposed to remove all adverse remarks on your credit report. So you file for bankruptcy and you check your credit report 60 days later, and you still have late, and you have all this stuff on your credit report. That's a violation of the discharge injunction, and it's a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So what we do in my office is part of my retainer with my clients is they'll retain me to then communicate with credit bureaus and clean up all of those bad remarks. It is a violation of law, both bankruptcy, discharge injunction, and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They cannot report charge-offs, lates, paid as, and any of those things other than bankruptcy discharge.
That's all it's going to say. It should just say bankruptcy discharge.
Yeah, but it's not true.
It's a clean
That's
slate.
not how it always works, right? So I know, for example, on my personal credit, it took me years to get that stuff all wrapped up.
And that's a violation.
Yeah.
Well, and therefore you don't start on day one. Now you're starting years later and reestablishing your credit.
But probably when you did yours, and I wasn't your counsel.
Nope. Didn't even know you, so I'm safe. I'm
absolved. One of the things that we do is we give all the credit bureaus notice of the bankruptcy filing, And Telecheck and Check Systems and all those different reporting agencies, we give them notice of the bankruptcy filing, because what we've learned is that if you don't give them notice, they go, oh, we didn't know.
Right.
And now you're further down the line. So now they get actual notice of the bankruptcy filing, and we're off to the races.
And you have records that you notified them.
Well, it's in the public record.
Okay.
So 60 days after the bankruptcy filing, we can jump all over it.
Yeah, but that doesn't always happen. We know that for a fact.
People don't come to me.
Right.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. What Gino was alluding
That's an extra
to.
step.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't go to a real professional because you're trying to save on money, it'll bite you in the butt. It just always does. I'm sorry. Just like in our industry, you go to a different lender that doesn't go ask the right questions and have your best interest in mind. A lot of times you won't get the best advice.
Well, I think it's really important, and I build this into my practice. When case law comes down or there are changes in the law, I change the way I do things up front so that when we get through the process, I've already addressed it.
I love being proactive.
And yeah, it just makes things a lot easier. But
Now, one of the things I'll mention though is that a lot of times, because you want to do things right, sometimes people don't want to listen. They say, "Oh, that's not. The other guy didn't say that. The other guy didn't say I had to do it that way."
My cousin said, my cousin, the realtor, who has a degree in whatever,
A CPB,
whatever.
I love it just because they have a certain job now that they're educated in that field. I love that. Well, he's a teacher. He teaches English.
Well, my favorite thing is, okay, do they have they been doing this for 30 years?
Right.
Well, no, but they. Okay, fine. Anyway, that's beyond.
we digress a little bit.
Let's not go. What else we have going on?
All right, so we talked about that, but we want to jump really quick into ARMs. Can we do that?
Yeah, because everybody's going to be dealing with this right now.
Mod adjustments.
All right, so
those of you that had your home loan modified.
So in 2007, I was the village idiot saying, you cannot continue to borrow your way out of debt. This is a bubble that's ready to burst. Oh, no. This is a new paradigm.
Forever, yeah.
And so I said, okay, fine.
This time it's different.
And then when it collapsed, everybody goes, how did you know? I'm like, you can't keep borrowing your way out of debt. So, what I'm concerned about is you have your adjustable rate mortgages, which are all adjusting, and you have loan mods, which are adjusting. And that's just a really bad combination. And I'll tell you that most people never read the loan mod papers, never read their ARM papers, and all of a sudden they get a letter from the lender saying, oh, by the way, your interest only ARM is going from $1,500 to $2,250.
Oh, $4,500.
Yeah, because it's going to
fully amortize at the remaining years.
So they're 7 years into it,
yeah,
and they have 23 left,
right?
And they get a fully amortized in 23 years,
Yep.
and they're choking.
Yep.
What do we do?
The only good thing about when this is happening and what happened that was good to save the economy is now there's equity. So worst case scenario, I guess you could sell your home these days.
But where do they go?
Yeah, I know. Renting's so expensive.
What do you suggest?
Rental's not an option.
Yeah. So what do you suggest for somebody that's got a bad mod?
Well, there are people,
or a tricky mod.
I have a couple of people I work with who are the masters at loan mods, and they're the only ones I recommend. And they're batting pretty much 1,000 for my clients. And so my recommendation is, well, it depends. Try to get a loan mod to reduce.
Try to go back.
Remod the mod.
Yeah, because you can remod the mod after 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, so you go back, you remod the mod, you do a better deal that you can afford. But remember, though, you're only going to be kicking the can down the road.
Right.
Call Don and Gino.
Yeah.
If you've
we
got
have equity, we can refinance and qualify
and your
and all
income
that.
is there, so maybe you can refinance or reduce it. Selling is tough because where do you go? Some people are selling. They go, I'm going to, go be with my kids.
Yeah. Or downsize, move out of the state,
Right,
etc.
So they should reach out to you.
They should reach out to a group of professionals who can give them an umbrella of advice. It's not just one person. I like to say I'm the conductor of the orchestra. So somebody comes to me, I evaluate their financial condition, and I'll say, go talk to Don or Gino, and we've done that countless times.
And then sometimes they need to go make another pit stop as well.
Right, or go talk to this realtor, or go talk to this person who can do the loan mod, or maybe I can do this for you. But they have to come to us, and I say us, before the clock strikes 12.
Yeah. Well, how can they get a hold of you? Because we had to wrap this up, unfortunately, and go about our weekend. 661-254-5050 is my phone number at the office.
Esbinlaw.com is my web
Great
address.
website,
It's a great place to go. They can reach out to me. My email is Louis, Louis, at Esbin, ESBIN law.com, esbinlaw.com. And I'm pretty good about responding to emails and seeing what we can do.
All right. Well, you have a great resource in Lou Esbin with Esbin Law. We thank you for being part of our show every Saturday. Unfortunately, we're going to do a quick adios, but have a great weekend. We're here every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Find out more at donandgino.com. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.